Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. FIU versus Rice game prediction. We have two teams in rebuild mode heading into the season. Rice not only has a new coach, but also a roster filled with fresh talent, while FIU retained head coach Ballard despite a challenging season. FIU's primary struggles lie in their defense. Last season, they ranked 307th or worse in Division I for scoring defense, field goal percentage defense, rebounds allowed per game, and three-point defense, areas that make it difficult to find consistent success. FIU also struggled on the road, going just 1-12, with their only win coming against Houston Christian. Although Rice had a modest 6-10 record at home, they're currently in a better position than FIU. Expect Rice to secure the home win. Prediction: take the Rice Owls -6 points and the over on the total score. Evansville versus North Texas game prediction. Heading into Tuesday's matchup, both teams are grappling with major roster changes. North Texas lost its top 6 scorers from last season, while Evansville lost its top 5. However, the addition of Connor Turnbull gives Evansville a slight edge. Turnbull showed potential during his time with Butler, and his experience could help the Purple Aces stay competitive against a North Texas squad that's now relying on mid-major transfers. Prediction: take Evansville +13 points to cover. According to Ken Palm, Evansville ranks over 100th in tempo, while North Texas is notably slower, ranking 359th to start the season. Given the roster turnover and North Texas's slower pace, this game is unlikely to be high-scoring. Prediction: take the under 135 points for the total score. Cal Poly versus San Francisco prediction and analysis. The season opener for Cal Poly and San Francisco presents a matchup between two programs at vastly different stages. Cal Poly is coming off a rough season and has undergone significant changes in an effort to turn things around. They've brought in a new head coach, Mike George, who has made sweeping changes to the roster, aiming to bring new energy to the program. Returning for the Mustangs is senior Jared Hyder, who averaged 10.3 points per game last season. Although he is expected to be a leader for Cal Poly, Hyder will need to improve his shooting efficiency, as he connected on just 32.5% of his field goals last season. The only other returning player with notable scoring experience is Paul Bizamana, who averaged a modest 3.9 points per game. This leaves the Mustangs in a challenging spot offensively, given their limited returning firepower. They'll also rely on transfer Luka Tarlak from Utah, who's expected to see increased playing time compared to his limited role last year, where he averaged less than a point per game. Defensively, Cal Poly showed some potential last season, allowing an average of 74.1 points per game. However, they struggled heavily on offense, ranking 353rd out of 362 Division I teams, scoring only 63.1 points per game. Their offensive struggles, combined with a lack of proven scorers on this season's roster, suggest scoring may continue to be a significant issue. The Mustangs will likely need time to adjust under a new coach and with many fresh faces, but they will face a tough test in their opener against San Francisco, especially considering Cal Poly went winless on the road last season, losing all 16 of their away games. In stark contrast, San Francisco is coming off a successful 23-win season in which they were a solid team on both ends of the court. Although the Dons lost their leading scorer and rebounder, Jonathan Mabo, they still returned several key players. Seniors Marcus Williams and Malik Thomas are back after strong seasons, where Williams averaged 14 points per game on an efficient 45.6% shooting, and Thomas added 12.4 points per game, shooting an impressive 47.4% from the field. Together, this senior guard duo provides the Dons with experience, scoring ability, and leadership. Additionally, San Francisco has returning forward Nuito Newberry, who posted 9.4 points per game and 3.7 rebounds per game while shooting 52.6% last season. The Dons also landed a promising transfer in 7-foot senior center Carlton Lingard Jr., who played at Kansas State and UTSA. Lingard averaged 9.3 points and 6.2 rebounds per game at UTSA, and while his field goal percentage was a bit low for a center at 41.8%, his size and experience add depth to the Dons' frontcourt. San Francisco boasted a balanced approach last season, averaging 77.7 points per game while giving up just 66.8 points per game, ranking them 31st in the nation in scoring defense. They were also strong at home, going 14-2 on their own court, with their only home losses coming against top-tier teams Gonzaga and St. Mary's. Early in the season, San Francisco has traditionally come out strong at home, winning their first 5 home games last season by double digits. This home court advantage, combined with their experience and depth, puts them in a favorable position against a Cal Poly team that is still trying to find its identity. With Cal Poly's roster in flux and a lack of proven scoring options, this game could get out of hand early. San Francisco has the depth, experience, and firepower to control the game from start to finish. The Dons' defensive strength and scoring ability should create significant challenges for a Cal Poly team that ranked among the lowest scoring teams in the nation last year and doesn't have an established offensive presence to rely on. Prediction: take San Francisco minus 22 points. The Dons are well positioned to dominate this game on both ends of the floor, and Cal Poly's unfamiliar lineup and scoring issues could make it difficult for them to keep up. As for the game total, it's worth noting that both teams played at a slower pace last season. San Francisco's defense, which was among the best in the nation, will likely keep Cal Poly's offensive output low, and the Mustangs' struggles on the scoring end should further push this game under the total. With Cal Poly's offensive pace and efficiency issues combined with San Francisco's disciplined defense, this matchup is unlikely to become a high-scoring affair. Prediction: take the under 149.5 points. The Dons are expected to manage the tempo effectively, limiting Cal Poly's scoring opportunities while maintaining control of the game. This combination makes the under a strong pick for this season opener. UC Davis versus Washington prediction and analysis. UC Davis faces a challenge in this matchup, especially after a season where offensive struggles were a consistent issue. This year, the Aggies are without 2 of their top 3 scorers, which means they'll rely heavily on role players to step up and fill the gaps on offense. While their defense was a strong point last season, they may still struggle to keep pace without proven scorers. Washington, meanwhile, is entering the season with a new head coach, Danny Sprinkle, and a revamped roster. Although it may take time for this group to develop on-court chemistry, they bring valuable experience and one standout player, Great Osabor. At 6 feet 8 inches and 250 pounds, Osabor is known for his versatility and touch around the rim, making him a dominant force in the paint and a focal point for Washington's offense. Sprinkle has surrounded Osabor with a solid mix of experienced players and shooters, setting the Huskies up for a promising season in the Big Ten. In terms of matchups, UC Davis may struggle to contain Osabor's physicality and Washington's depth, which will likely tilt the game in the Huskies' favor. Prediction: take Washington Huskies minus 13.5 points. With the advantage in experience and depth, Washington is positioned to cover the spread comfortably. As for the game total, the mix of new lineups for both teams and UC Davis's offensive uncertainties point to a potentially lower-scoring game. Washington's roster may need time to gel, which could lead to a slower, more defense-oriented pace in this season opener. Prediction: take the under 144.5 points. Expect a scrappy game with both teams shaking off early season rust, likely leading to a lower overall score.